Hi you guys, Maya here. It's Friday night and I've had a difficult week and I'm glad to have it behind me, and I've been going to work and doing what I have to do and trying to focus on the future. But I still haven't felt like, putting on makeup and just pretending like I feel like doing that because I don't. I just wanted to make this video to thank you all from the bottom of my heart for your comments, for your words of encouragement, for being sad for me and with me, for being angry for me and with me, for making me feel like I am not going through this alone, for validating my emotions, for understanding why this is as devastating as it is. It's difficult for me to get that empathy in my real life because it is very difficult to empathize with something like this. People try to focus on the fact that that nothing worse happened, that I didn't get admitted to the hospital with a horrible life-threatening condition, and I'm grateful for that as well. But it doesn't take away from the fact that I still feel like I was robbed of something, and that it's very difficult to just get ready for this process and to end up with nothing in the end. So I cannot thank you enough. I will write back to each and every one of you. I'm sounding like a broken record. My computer is still broken. We're trying to fix it, but I don't have the money to pay to get it fixed right now. So either we do it ourselves or we have it done, but probably we're gonna have it done, but I have to save up for that. So I cannot type on this iPad. It's very handy and I like it, but it's very difficult to type, and we have no other laptop that I can do it on, so it's a lame excuse, but I just wanted you to know that I've read every single one of your comments, that they mean the world to me, and that I am more grateful than you will ever know for having found this community and for finding women and people across the world who have never met me and who are still willing to go through my misery and make me feel better in the end. So thank you so much. I guess I will also, since I'm on and making this video, I will tell you that I went for a checkup. See, they took some more blood. I made an appointment today. We asked to see one of the two girl doctors. The boy doctor did better on Wednesday, but I still wanted to have somebody else, another person to just talk to hear another person's input, and just to tell my side of the story. We called on Tuesday and we got our results on Tuesday about my blood test, that I had very high E2 levels and that they were going to cancel my cycle. But the nurse on the phone hadn't got any other instructions from the boy doctor. He hadn't told her whether we were supposed to make an appointment or any of that. So we were kind of left hanging, because when we saw him on Monday, he said, well, after your blood results come back, we'll discuss where we go from here. But he didn't schedule anything else. So I had my husband called and we asked for one of the two girl doctors, and I got my doctor, and I have only seen her the one time, and I was so reassured. In my first instinct, it was just immediately a whole other experience. She was understanding. She knew right off the bat what had happened. She was like, I don't understand how this happened. I'm sorry, this should never happen. I understand how difficult this is to have to start from scratch, and just how draining this process can be, and just, to hear that from a medical professional, and to have our pain and our just bewilderment acknowledged is just, it's great. So I was very happy to get to see her. We told her what had happened from our point of view, and basically it comes down to miscommunication. It comes down to the boy doctor not being a communicative doctor. When I went in for my baseline echo on the 7th of February, when I got my meds and when I got my protocol and my schedule and all that, he did the sonogram, and then he told me, well, your AMH is normal, so I'm not going to change your doses, and then you can just, if you can just go outside, the nurse will give you your schedule, and she will go through everything with you. He did not tell me what meds I was going to be on. He did not tell me what dosage I was going to be on. He did not explain to me what each medication was supposed to do, what we were hoping to achieve, none of that. And back then, you know, because I know so much, thanks to all you guys and for having done research on my own, it didn't raise a flag with me. It should have, it really should have, because he should have told me all those things. He should have told me what dose I was going to be on, and he should have told me what medications I was going to be taking. And so, if nothing else, when the nurse came out with my schedule and she manually scratched out the dose that came printed out and told me the doctor has slightly changed your dose, I would have been able to contradict her, or at least say, like, can you double check, because that's not what he said. I did not have that info, and from then on it just went downhill. The doctor on Monday, the boy doctor, was a lot better. I will say that. And I did tell that to his colleague. Also because what else could he do? He'd messed up and now he had to make it better, right? But on Wednesday, when I went, even before he knew that a mistake had been made, he already didn't ask me how I was doing. He already didn't wonder about side effects. He already didn't ask me how stabbing myself in my stomach had been going. None of that. And it's just not the kind of person that he is. And I'm assuming he's a good doctor. He's the head of the department, so I hope that you don't get to be head of the department by being a bad doctor, but he has horrible bedside manner. And so yeah, we got to tell our story, and basically it's just we were ill-informed. We were misinformed, and he apparently, the protocol is, he is supposed to print out the sheet in his office, go through it with you, and then you go out to the nurse, and then you get the meds. But that didn't happen. Also, when we got our schedule, our meds, it was the change of shift. And so the one nurse was leaving, and she was like in the same room. It's this small office, and she was putting on her coat and, you know, giving directions, like this person called, and the other one was picking up the phone and, you know, trying to listen to the other one and trying to explain to us, and we fell through the cracks. And it should never have happened, but it did. And it was just a lot of factors came together and resulted in my losing my cycle. And you cannot see very much right now, but I'm not poking up my tummy, but it's a lot better. But I was so swollen. On Wednesday night, I was incredibly swollen. I looked 3 months pregnant. Today, they did another echo, and if you've had a vaginal ultrasound, then you know, like, you see your uterus, and then on the sides you see the ovaries. Well, just let's put it to scale. This was my uterus. This, like, so big. I mean, if this is my uterus, my ovary was like this big on both sides. They have about a 10 centimeter diameter. My follicles are still huge, and I started bleeding this morning. The doctor didn't think that it was my period. She just thinks because of my hormone levels being crazy that I'm bleeding. Yay. And so she had my blood drawn, and I tomorrow have to call to see what my estrogen is doing, and we just have to wait it out. It's gonna be a waiting game. She couldn't tell me a timeline, but it's going to be at least a month before I can get back on the pill. Yay. Alright, you guys. I'm feeling better though. I was glad I got to talk to the doctor. I was glad that she got where we were coming from. I'm glad that they did another ultrasound, that they took another blood sample, that I'm getting some information, and if I don't get it, I'm going to ask for it. And yeah, the cycle's on the house. Bye. Have a good weekend.